Hey, what's going on, Who That Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And for a few minutes, I just want to talk a little bit about Teddy Bridgewater. And the reason I'm talking about Teddy Bridgewater is because I seen something that he put up on Instagram. Teddy Bridgewater posted on Instagram and he talked about the end of the season and how it took him a while to come to grips at the Saints being eliminated from the playoffs and the season ending the way that it did. He talked about how it's emotional for him because he understands that the locker room is going to change. And Sean Payton talked about guys walking together forever. You know, he said something about this 2019 team I'm always remember. And people were just looking at that post and just wondering to themselves, like, is this Teddy Bridgewater way of saying thank you, New Orleans, for having me and embracing me, and I'm going to go to another team? So people have been asking me about that and asking me how I feel about it. Me personally, I don't feel like it's any indication that Teddy Bridgewater is going to walk away from the New Orleans Saints. I think that Sean Payton got Teddy Bridgewater for a reason. I think he understood that Teddy Bridgewater could possibly be the successor to Drew Brees. You don't give up draft picks or anything like that in order for you to bring a guy in only for him to be gone in 2 years. I think if he does leave, it's because his agent got him a better deal and this offer that, he couldn't walk away from. But I don't think that he is trying to just find a way to get up out of New Orleans. I think that Sean Payton is going to do everything in his power to make sure that Teddy Bridgewater stays with the New Orleans Saints. So I know a lot of people wondering to themselves, like, okay, if Teddy Bridgewater stays, what's that mean about Taysom Hill? What's that mean about Drew Brees? There's a possibility that the Saints can keep all three of these guys. I mean, there's a strong possibility with that. It would have to require Drew Brees taking a pay cut, which I feel like, Drew Brees has made hand over fist for the New Orleans Saints organizations. For the New Orleans Saints organization, I feel like in some ways he kind of crippled it, like, around the early 2010s, because he was taking up the majority of the money. The Saints couldn't go out there and get the offensive line that he needed. They were whiffing in the draft. They were getting guys that weren't productive, and they were just missing all over the place. So I feel like you sit down with Drew Brees and you negotiate and talk to him and let him know that we want you back, but we want to make sure that the future of the team is set. And I feel like if Drew Brees decides to do that, then I feel like the Saints can bring all three of them back. But besides that, I don't think Teddy Bridgewater is going to go anywhere. I think he likes the city. I think the people love him. I think that, he earned the respect of the Who That Nation. I mean, it came, it was a little iffy, around week 17 of last season, when Kyle Allen came into the Superdome and just beat the brakes off the Saints, and people were watching Teddy Bridgewater and was like, man, he ain't it. And I was one of those people. I was like, nah, bro, that ain't it. That ain't what that is, and Drew Brees goes down early in the season, and everybody thought all hope was lost. And all he did was come in and win 5 straight games. And, a lot of people just got respect for him. He earned the respect of the Who That Nation. Y'all know how it go, man. Nobody comes into the Saints organization, no matter how good they were in college. You got to earn the respect of the Who That Nation, man. And when you do something for the Who That Nation, when you make plays, when you win a game, people remember you forever. And I think that's what it is with Teddy Bridgewater. But I want Teddy Bridgewater to be the successor to Drew Brees. I know a lot of people are high on Taysom Hill, but this is what I think. I don't think that I don't think you get rid of Taysom Hill. I think you take these two guys and you make them compete against one another and let the best man win. And whoever, is out there making plays, whoever out there throwing the ball, to the receiver, whoever out there, doing the best, I feel like you select him to be the successor to Drew Brees. If the guy beats out the other person, then the other quarterback walks away and try to find other opportunities elsewhere. But I really feel like the New Orleans Saints are going to try to do everything in their power to try to keep Teddy Bridgewater. And I don't think that the Instagram post was any indication that this was the last time we seen number 5 in the Saints uniform. But I would love to hear from you. What do you think about Teddy Bridgewater's Instagram comments? Do you think that it's an indication that he might be leaving the Crescent City? Comment down below, like and share this video. This has been the State of the Saints podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com, search State of the Saints podcast, facebook.com, search State of the Saints podcast. You can check out the State of the Saints podcast on Patreon. And also, you can follow yours truly on Instagram at TJAY Jones _. Till next time, all I got to say is, who dat?